Hey, what's up, people? How's it going? I hope all's well. Hope you had a safe and happy St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, I got some good footage. Remember my last episode about me printing up wrestling t-shirts and how this guy Bakerman, Mr. Bakerman, was videoing me doing the graffiti on the highway? I got that footage. I was going to put it on my Patreon, but I said, he has it on Instagram. I lost touch with him years ago. And being I was talking about this jump around the highway, I was like, oh, it's amazing footage if this, that. And people actually went out, like you guys on here. You heard me talking about it and you snooped around and Googled and did your thing and you actually retrieved that. And I'm very appreciative for that. It's a few times you guys really pulled through for me. I'm like, wow, I didn't know, like shit that, because I really wasn't running around taking pictures of my stuff and anything like that. I'm very appreciative of that. Thank you, guys. But I talked to Bakerman. He said he don't care if I use it, so I'm going to use it. I don't know if he wanted me to shout him out like that, but I mean, there's statute of limitations and all that. Hell, but I mean, I was already like 50 at that point in my life. Yeah, when I was doing that, man. So, what to show you, man? I was out there like that, man. Yeah, you look at that shit, man. When I talk about being like a mongoose, yeah, you look at that footage, man. I'm in the zone, man. All I'm hearing is like, yeah, man. Fuck around. Nerves of steel. Yeah, you look at that footage, man. For real, the cars are actually bottlenecking. They're actually starting to just stop and stare at me. That's in the middle of the fucking highway, too. That ain't no little bullshit side street out in Brooklyn somewhere. That's right smack fucking dab Manhattan. Yeah, yeah, that's how I was out there. Yeah, you see that footage? I tell you, I got goosebumps just thinking about it, man. Yeah, just set the fuck off. Yeah, that's the shit, man. But what can I say? Yeah, you look at me, man. Yeah, you look at that man doing that graffiti. He's unnerved. Yeah, unnerved, calm, cool, and collective. As calm as a fucking cucumber. She's like, no, the shit turned into a fucking parking lot, man. People are like, yo, where's my popcorn? And shit. Balls out. But, there's a trick to that. That part there, I'm actually in the tunnel of the fucking, the highway. When it's like, maybe 10, 15 blocks that way before you could get to an exit or turn around or anything. And it's like 10, 15 blocks that way. You know? And then on the other footage too, that's what I'm doing. That I'm talking about. That's what I'm doing. The big, huge RD, blockbuster, bubble letter, straight letter, whatever you guys want to call it. It's the RDs I'm known for doing that shit. Then the other footage with Zimpy, man, he almost gets hit by a car. We go on a ramp. It's actually like a walkway for human beings to walk on. And over that ramp down below is the highway. So Bakerman stayed up on that ramp. And we went out on a street sign. It's a sign that goes over the highway and goes down. So I've been climbing down that sign since the fucking 80s. Yeah, for real, I've been climbing. Here it is, like 2000 and something. I'm still climbing down that fucking sign. Because, it goes up over the highway, what you guys call the heaven spots. Yeah, well, we leap over from this ramp. We leap over and catch onto the sign. And then we climb down the fucking thing into the traffic of the highway and do your graffiti there. And there, it's even like half a mile that way before the next exit. And this way, it's like a mile. So we're like just go like right in the middle there. People are like, oh, like, is that dude writing graffiti? They don't even see us at some points. They're almost running us the fuck over. But we're unnerved, man. See, that's that real graffiti writer shit right there. You look at that shit. And just look at that person, man, like a fucking mongoose. Every move is so calculated and precise. Man, I don't fuck around, man. You look at that shit, I get goosebumps, man. I'm telling you. And yeah, thank you guys out there for doing that. And thank you, Bakerman. He's on Instagram, Mr. Bakerman. You can see his footage there. He's got other good stuff. I guess I don't know if he wants me to say all that, but I did. And it is what it is. What else is there? Yeah, I got a little off topic. Yeah, for real. When you look at that part with me and Zimpy, that sign, it's right next to us. So even if a car stopped on that highway at that point right there, they stopped to try and apprehend us or something, we just climb right up that sign. Zoop, and we'd be on the walkway for the human beings to walk. It's almost like up onto a street. So you're like getting onto a sign from a street up above. And you're climbing down the sign, you get in the wall, and then shit pops off. You climb back the sign. It's almost like a ladder with the bars that go sideways and shit. Heaven spots. You guys know what I'm talking about. That's that California shit. But yeah, I've been doing that. Honestly, probably since I was like 16, 17 years old, man. Yeah. Wow. Fucking A. Yeah. Crazy shit. But yeah, it's like it's foolproof. No, I just remembered. I know I keep turning this thing off and then turn it back on, but it's unscripted. I come on here and I talk, and after later, I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to talk about. But I remember another time when we caught that spot in like 87, like maybe 87, 86 ish. I caught that spot, the same one. We climbed down the sign, like I said, from the walkway with Ripe. He did an RP bubble letter, and King Kong Ken did a KEN, and I did an RD. All we did was just an outline with True Blue. Man, like I forget how we winded up there. Probably hitting the story or layup or something like that, and then probably got raided or something. We walk home or something. I walk over the bridge to go home and shit. I'm like, oh, I know a spot, and we climbed out there and did it, and that shit was there for like 12 fucking years, man. For real. It was the actual wall, like the cement wall back then, and we just used like a stock cop, just did outlines on it, and that shit was there forever, man. That shit was there a long time. The only reason it got buffed is because I started going down there and doing it with like semi-flat black and like a baseball cap and shit. So after that, they actually buffed it. But yeah, those things actually soaked into the wall. It wasn't much, you would see it when you're going by because it's a thin blue outline, when it's on a beige wall. But, this is before they were even paint those highways, man. It was a virgin wall. Yeah. And we cracked that shit open. Yeah. And stayed there forever. We went out on a little beam, but we went down the sign and we walked the highway where it's like these beams that go out through the wall from the highway. And we went out on the beams and caught it. So it was almost like, I was there forever. But then after that, maybe in the 90s. I'd go back down there in the early 90s, climb down there and did semi-flat black, like I said. Boom, started tearing that shit up, and they started buffing it. They started painting the wall beige. And then I go back and bang, I get it again. I mean, I'm known for the highway, man. That was my thing. A lot of people don't know that, but hell yeah. Yeah, good spot, man. Canada and Ripe. Ripe did the RP like he used to do on the INDs, BMTs, the letter lines. Was R, it looks like a frog. Ken did his Ken bubble letter. King Kong Ken, Astoria, Queens. That's my boy, man. ERC, everyone rocked Chrissy. Yeah, man. That was like 87, 86. Me and Ripe and Ken did that.
Nah, nah. Wait a minute, bro.
You know what I want to do? Act like they whip the dick and start bitching.
Yo, the boys. Nah.
Sure? Yeah, wait a minute.
Wait a minute, bro.
You know what they normally do? Act like they whip the dick out. So, bitch.
Yo, the boys. Nah.
Sure? Yeah, wait a minute.
Wait a minute, bro.
You know what they normally do? Act like they whip the dick out. So, bitch.
Yo, the boys. Nah.
Sure? Yeah, wait a minute.
Wait a minute, bro.
You know what they normally do? Act like they whip the dick out. So, bitch.
Yo, the boys.